You had mentioned about, and I'm paraphrasing here, but easing into goals, not going after the entire goal all at once. And in the chapter, the zones, or the section, the zones, you talk about easy goals, hard goals, and then you even have a section for middle goals. And I'd love you to riff on that a little bit, talk a little bit about why an easy goal versus a hard goal. Maybe some are going to motivate different people over
Yeah.
others and what that actually looks like.
So here's how I think about it. If you think about goals like a ladder, imagine you have a ladder and it's 12 feet high and there's only two rungs. Like, and there's a bottom rung and there's a top rung. And you say to somebody, you have to get to the top. And they sit there and go, okay, I've got to jump as high as I can, 12 feet high. That's 2 feet higher than a basketball rim. I have to grab it and try to pull myself up. That's what we do when we go, I've never run. I don't have any plans. I'm just going to do the Ironman. I'm signing up for the Ironman. I'm signing up for a full marathon because I read somewhere you got to go big or go home. Like, if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Versus going, hey, here's a ladder. It has 50 rungs and I need you to get to the top of it. You'd climb to the top of that and be like, what? That was easy. They were 6 inches apart. So what I suggest is, okay, there's easy goals, middle goals, guaranteed goals. A guaranteed goal is a big goal. It is the sign up for the marathon. Like, it is sell 1 million books. It is have a successful podcast, whatever. You should have that. That's very motivational. But then you should be really deliberate about having some easy goals that are going to help you climb to the top of that. So you actually do it. My big thing is I want you to actually accomplish the goal. I have failed at my job as a writer, a speaker, if I get you really motivated, but you don't accomplish the thing. Like, speaking changed for me when it stopped being a performance and turned into a work of service. Like, if you accomplish it, then I know I've done my job. So in order to do that, I teach things like, okay, say you want to write a book. A lot of men want to write a book. It's one of the most common goals in America. 83% of Americans, according to the New York Times, want to write a book.
Whoa.
So imagine if your only goal was, I want to write a book. That's a top rung goal. And imagine if that was my goal. So like today, I wrote 500 words on a new book I'm working on. If I only had one finish line, I'm a failure for a solid year. Every day I don't finish the book, I'm a failure. But imagine if I have a year's worth of finish lines, and today's finish line is 500 words. Tomorrow's is call the publisher. The day after that is come up with a subtitle. I get to finish and I get a new rung every single day until I look up and all of a sudden I'm at the top of that ladder. And so that's what I encourage people to do when it comes to their goals. That's what I mean by an easy goal is you'll actually do it. You'll actually stay with it. You'll actually finish it. And so you can still have the big, wild, audacious, I want to have a $10 million business. Like, you should have that. Like, dream big, but don't think that you don't need steps in between there that are going to get you there. And that's where I think sometimes people get stuck, is they only have that very first step. I'm going to try it. And that very last step of it's going to be amazing. And they die in the middle.